Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. The Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Mosai, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah, not Hashem, not Yahweh, Have Vave. It's Yahweh. And his only God's son name in the Hebrew is Yahushua. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, not Jesus Christos. It's Yahushua. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rekah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether you accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Aki, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Believing this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening learning, you few sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando, Camp Prophet of Doom, coming next to another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and notification. Another day notification. Lord willing, better find. And I'm going to title this lesson, the number 6 is the stigma tied to the so-called white man. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. I saw this yesterday from Elder Yashua lesson, and this is an article titled, "What is Patent 060606, which is the stigma tied to the so-called white man. What is Patent 060606 microchip and famous Bill Gates patent number? The original Hot Boy BG. It reads, there are many plot theories today, such as beverages which produced by Coca-Cola contain the blood of Christian babies. Reptiles rule this U.S. government, which is a lie. People say that. They ain't no reptiles. They just wicked Edomites, wicked so-called white people. They are the physical seeds on earth of the spiritual demon Satan. Certain technological events are interpreted by prophecies in the Bible, which are facts. It's all in the Bible. There are some responsible facts, reasonable facts that cannot be denied, such as the presence of the Bilderberger Group, the CIA, MK's Ultra Project, and George Soros funding for suspicious political activities, which is facts. George Soros funded the Black Lives Matter movement. Patent WO 2020-060606 relates to officially recorded facts. It was registered on March 26, 2020. It was made by Microsoft Technology License LLC under the presidency of Gates and gained international status on April 22, 2020. Cryptocurrency system using body activity data is the title of this patent. The online patent can be summarized as follows. The human body activity associated with the task provided to a user can be used in the mining process of a cryptocurrency system. A server can provide a task to a user's device connected to the server. A sensor attached to the user's device or positioned within it can detect the user's body's activity. Body activity data data can be generated based on the attained body activity or the user. The cryptocurrency system connected to the user's device can verify whether the data generated by body activity meet the conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and can issue cryptocurrency to the users whose body activity data is verified. In other words, thanks to the crypto money, the chip that monitors the daily physical activity of the person will be placed in the body. If the conditions are met, the person receives certain bonuses that can be spent on something. In a detailed description of the invention, it explains how to use the device with 28 concepts. It also provides a list of countries for which the invention is intended. There are several regional organizations with all members of United Nations, which are separately mentioned. These include the European Patent Office, the Eurasia Patent Office, the Eurasia Patent Organization, which ain't no such thing as Eurasia, and two African intellectual property protection organizations. Although it is not new to insert microchips into the body, the Masonic Youth Child Identification Program has been used in the USA for a while, and people who call themselves cyborgs exhibit various implants as a result of these practices. Microchips gave a patent code number 060606. Bill Gates' name is constantly referred to today for his keen interest in pharmaceutical companies, vaccines, and WHO financing. The global media try to highlight Bill Gates as a great philanthropist and try to protect him from attacks and criticism, but it is unlikely that they will hide an entire network of connections. Bill Gates' company is also involved in the ID Project ID 2020 Alliance, a digital project that has addressed digital rights. The alliance actively supports the Rockefeller Foundation, design studio, IDEO.org, consulting firm Accenture, and various vaccines, and Gavi, a company that distributes these vaccines around the world. This alliance secretariat is located in New York. Secretariat is located in New York. The Vaccine Alliance covers countries mostly in Africa and Asia. In Europe, the organization operates only in Albania, Croatia, Moldova, Ukraine, the Caucasus, Georgia, Russia, Armenia, and what's it, Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan, I forget how to pronounce that. Azerbaijan, and all of them are listed as founding partners. Since February 2020, Ghazi has been focused on the Vaccine Alliance. The outbreak. The CEO of this organization is Dr. Seth Berkley. Theological interceptions of patent numbers are probably best left to religious experts, but it is clear that they have strong links between organizations and companies such as the Rockefeller Foundation, Microsoft, the pharmaceutical lobby, and the World Bank Group. National governments are responsible for epidemics, diseases, and famines. They are constantly trying to play the role of government, focusing on the fact that they cannot deal with it alone. However, the idea of realizing China's stance on the issue is not accepted by the West, and they do not want to do so beautiful. They do not want to do so because they do not want to share their power. So the globalist media will continue a campaign where the blame is placed anywhere outside the West. As new information about the CV begin to emerge, he says false stories about China's role in the epidemic are increasing and statistics are being manipulated. So, if this is not medical information, this is just educational purposes only. This is not monetary gain. This is only for educational purposes only. So again, what is the patent 06060606 micro C hip and famous Bill Gates patent number? So when you go to the word stigma, right? It's the word
Stigma.
stigma. It reads a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person. Shame, disgrace, dishonor, stain, taint, blot, blemish, brand, mark, slur, which is smeared. So, mark, a small area on a surface having a different color from its surroundings. And this is so-called white man. He's the only nation on earth that have a different color from every other nation. Hey, this is here a small area around the surface, and the Lord said they insignificant. They should be small among the heathen. This is spiritual. A small area on a surface having a different color from its surroundings. So this is the stigma that's tied to the so-called white man, and this the number 6. When you go to, let me read this and I'm gonna come back. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up first before I leave Google. When you go here, ignominy, right? I go through this all the time. Now I'm gonna read this precept, and I'm gonna go back to the word ignominy. This is oh man, what happened to my I'm about to spaz out. Cause how the hell my other app got deleted? I was wondering why every time I kept reading, my precepts wasn't highlighted. It's okay, I'm finna fix that. Let me go here, Proverbs, my other Bible app. I'm about to flip out. This Proverbs 18:3, it reads, when the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. Right? When you go to the word ignominy in Proverbs 18:3, it reads public shame or disgrace. Right? When you go to the similar words, you got shame, humiliation, embarrassment, disgrace, dishonor, stigma. Right? Stigma, one of the words that's tied to this word ignominy. So it got the stigma here, a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person. Right? It got abasement. That's Esau, Edom, so-called white man. He's the base of all the people. Abasement, scandal, infamy, indignity. See? There's another one here. See it? Say loss of face. Lose face. Suffer a loss of respect. Be humiliated. So, one of the words here for ignominy is stigma. Always go into this. When you go to Revelation 13, right? Let's read 16. And he calls for all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may bow, sell, say he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? That number. 6. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? When you go to this, the Strongs on this word here, right? G5516 for 666, right?
Strong's G 5516. Chi, Xi, Stigma. Chi, Xi, Stigma.
So when you go to that word stigma here, which is G4742, then here you go. Stigma.
Strong's G 4742. Stigma. Stigma.
So this is tied to the so-called white man. Look how cold it is. You see it in the reference right there? You got 2 6s in there, man. Can't even make this up. So it's a mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage. And the so-called white man know about this. This mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage is in Exodus 21, verse 5 and 6. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master. And when in the article, it told you that Bill Gates, just like Klaus Schwab said, they want to track your food from the sword to the fork. They want to track you, what you spending your money on, what you doing, where you at. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies. That's what it said in the article. It's going to go in your body to indicate what master or general they belong to. See, it say master, like I said in Exodus 21. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. Strong definition. To stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership, i.e. scar of service, mark, right? Stigma. So that stigma, go back to this. It said here right here, in this part of it, right? It says, see it here. In other words, thanks to crypto money, the chip that monitors the daily physical activity of the person will be placed in the body. If the conditions are met, the person receives certain bonuses that can be spent on something. And they tell you, when you look up, let's go back to this here for Revelations 13 and 15. It reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, yet the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. When you go to this word kill here, there's 2 definitions for this word killed. See right here, you got G615 and the other killed is right here, G2443. When you go to this G2443, it says let's click on, is it 1438? Nope, it's the other one. Let's go back. Got to go back to this and go back into it again. So this word kill here, So, and when you look this up, let me go back to it and show you. This G2443. Salakia. There's two definitions here, right? One is G2443, the other G615. So you go to this G2443 here, and you scroll down, you got G1438, then you got the other one, G3588. You click on this one, G3588. So it tell you right here, only significant renderings. Only significant renderings. Like I said in the article, you will be getting some bonuses. Like it tell you, I'm gonna go back and read it again. Other significant renderings other than that these are counted. Right? Here it's a strong definition. Sometimes to be supplied. It says you may receive bonuses. Sometimes to be supplied, at others omitted. This word omitted here. What does omit mean? Let's look it up. The word omit, you see it? Leave out or exclude. So that's the one definition. When you go back to the other definition for killed, mean you're going to be literally killed. So you'll be oust, G615, seeks to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, to extinguish, abolish, to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life and procure eternal misery in hell, which is that Revelation 14. Because ain't no hell. You're going to burn hell in Babylon the Great. To destroy, put to death, kill, slay. See? To kill outright. So these two definitions for the word killed, when you're going to be omitted, you're going to be excluded. When you go back to this, it says here, in other words, thanks to the crypto money, the chip that monitors the daily physical activity of the person will be placed in the body if the conditions are met. If you obey, conform, and comply, the person receives certain bonuses that can be spent on something. This is madness, man. But this is them playing, this is them trying to obtain Godhead, man. Yeah. This is Esau Edom trying to play Godhead, man. Want Godhead. So, as the Lord said, man, I gotta find more of the Bible out, man. I don't like this, man. I ain't even know it was gone. All that highlighting I had in that KJV, I can't believe that, man. But let's go back to I want to get this. This devil done piss me off, man. In Psalms 73 and 20, it reads, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. So this is what the Lord is doing. Hey, two images on the planet, man. The Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, through his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, and we dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places in Ephesians 6. These are the two images. And like I tell you in 1 Corinthians 10, you're either gonna sit at the Lord's table, or you're gonna sit at the so-called white man's table. You're gonna drink from the cup of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, or you're gonna drink from the so-called white man's cup. But these are the two. But when you go to this in translation, which I just found this out, I read this last Friday. The BBE on this, right? Let me just read it from here. I gotta figure this out. As a dream when one awake, they are ended. They are like an image gone out of mind when sleep is over. See? As a dream when one awake is awake, they are ended. They are like an image gone out of mind when sleep is over. When you go to This here, right? This word image. It's H6754. Look at this, right? It reads the strong definition: to shade a phantom, i.e., figuratively, illusion, right? Resemblance, hence a representative figure, especially an idol. America is an idol. Image, vain show. America Babylon the Great is a vain show. Vain meaning empty. It's a vain show. America is an idol. See, it's especially an idol. You see it? Now, you can become an idol. You can be an idol and live in this illusion. What is illusion? A thing that is or is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. See? Illusion, noun, delusion, appearance. And that's why I tell you in 2 Corinthians 10 and 5 that the words of Yahweh Bashim Awashai is casting down this image, this idol, this vain show of the so-called white man, this phantom, this shade. It's a shade, a vain, a phantom, man. America Babylon the Great is an illusion. Like it says in 2 Corinthians, casting down this imagination, man. See? Casting down this imagination, which is America Babylon the Great. Let's go to it. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. America is a stronghold, man. Like the head brother Nahar always say, the Lord made the world our prison, but America is maximum security, man. This was the strongest hold on so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. But not anymore. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach Yahushua. That's the remnant. Imagination. The faculty of action of forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not present to the senses. Illusion, man. Illusion. Because see, it tell you, man, I got to get this now. When you go to 2 Corinthians 4, right? 2 Corinthians 4 and 3, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. Least the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. So you ain't going to see the Lord's image because you have been blinded. You have not been given the eye salve to see it. Man, I can't stop thinking about my app, man. My KJV app. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm hot right now. This is the other one I had, the backup. But yeah, I gotta fix this. So I was thinking about that image, right? Have blinded our people. But the Lord is a stumbling block to 2/3 of our people. Yahweh Shai is a stumbling block. He's the eye salve, man. If the Lord will give the eye salve in Revelation, then you ain't gonna be able to see. Revelation 3 and 18, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. Now you have the covering of Yahweh by Shema Shah, like I said in Isaiah 30. They have taken the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That's the 2/3. And anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. And see, this should be clear, man. This right here, this should be a slap in the face. What is the patent 060606 micro C hip? and famous Bill Gates patent number. This should be a slap in the face to all those that don't believe, man. This should be a slap in the face. But they are blinded. As it tell you in Proverbs. This is Proverbs 29 and 18. It reads, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Where there is no vision, the people perish. See, they don't got no vision, man. That's the problem. 2/3 don't have no vision. They can't see it. Why? Because the Lord blinded them, man. The Lord said this, Isaiah 43 and 8. It reads, bring forth the blind people that have eyes and the deaf that have ears. How can you be blind and have eyes? The Lord got to give you the eyesight. Otherwise, you ain't going to see. But this is a slap in the face, man. Anyway, I saw Elder Yahshua. I'm going to go into this. I just want to make some points on it. The Lord was edifying. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rekah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder, bishop, and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim, believing this truth and pushing this truth with the four winds of the earth, the entire world. Share light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening, learning. You few sisters who are listening, learning, who are tuning in. May Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom. Wa abab abab. Oh, I want to show this one more time too. When you go back to Psalms 73, right? This word, when you go back to verse 20, I want to get this word despise also. Because I showed you the word image. And what's an image? It says it's an illusion, an idol, a vain show. It's talking about the so-called white man's image. It said that when the Lord await, he going to despise the so-called white man's image. And two kings can't reign on the throne, right? And this is the so-called white man's last kingdom, his last rulership, their last hegemony, their last dominance. So now the Lord done stepped into the so-called white man's realm and despising his kingship, man. This is the word despise. To despise, hold in contempt, disdain. To despise, regard with contempt. To be despised, to be despicable, to be vile, worthless, right? Strong definition, vile person. Despise, disdain. To think, to scorn, vile person, right? Where is it? Oh no, that was the word. Hold on here. Let me go back to this. Let me see. I thought it was here. Let me go back to image. Vain show. Image, vain show. Idol. Hold on here. Bear with me. Despise. It was another one that said, it had confusion. Despise, contemptible, contempt, disdain, vile person, scorn. I forget what where is it? Disdain, contempt, think, to scorn, vile person. Okay, maybe it was in. Oh, that's what it was. Salakia. Let me go here real quick. Let's go back to Psalms 58, right? Because when it say right here, the wicked are estranged from the womb, Psalm 58 and 3, they go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. I went to this word here. I could have sworn it was in there, though. Astray. No, it ain't in there. It was one of the two. Maybe it was in Proverbs. Let's see. That word, I could have sworn it was in there for despise. Maybe it was with reproach. His grace. Ooh, defame for the word reproach in Proverbs 18 and 3. Blaspheme, jeopardy, rail. Nope. Man, where was I at, man? Hold on, let me go back to contempt. Let's see. I just want to look for this because one of the words was confusion. I forget where I was at too. Disrespect, despise, shame, springing forth judgment, springing forth evil. Yep, that's Esau, Edom. So I can't believe it, man. I can't find it. I could have sworn it was in Psalm 73 and 20 for that word despise, but I ain't gonna worry about it. I should despise. I wonder what one of that. It said confusion, man. Don't tell them devil because they be moving stuff. I know it was here. I ain't crazy. I used to read it all the time. We just read that count. To think this going vile person, despise, disdain, disesteem. Scorn, contempt, disdain, vile person. It was there. Anyway. Yeah, so, hey, Lord was edifying. I'm trying to think of what that word was at. Because it said confusion, man. But yeah, the Lord is despising Esau, Edom. He's despising this image, man. And this image is this system. It's this system. It is being despised. And they will not go forward with their plans. So until next time, I say Shalom, wa blah, blah, blah. I want to put this back up. Yeah. You see it. So, the number 6 is the stigma that's tied to the so-called white man.